Joining us now to talk about the latest developments, Joseph Scott Morgan. He is a distinguished scholar of applied forensics at Jacksonville State University. Always appreciate your insight on this case. You make me think about things I wasn't thinking about to begin with. To start with, in the public's mind, people think it's a small town, right? There aren't that many people. This should be an easier case to solve as opposed to something that happens in a big city. But you don't say that's the case. Why?
Yeah, I don't. And the reason is that the dynamic of the population, and it's based upon the fact that this is a university town, and commonly, university towns are very transient. You have part-time residents is what it comes down to. And, one thing I found very interesting about this case is that the University of Idaho doesn't actually have their own police department. The town actually polices the campus, and that's another element to this. I think the word spread thin kind of ring true in this particular case. So their resources are being maxed out at this point in time, and probably were prior to this event, Marni. I can only imagine. And so it's a smaller town. It's not some huge metropolis, but we're not talking about a place that's only 3,000 in population. You've got this dynamic environment. All of these kids have left town now. Many of them have. We've heard estimates of just under, I think 50% actually chose to come back. I can't validate that, but that's what I've heard. And once those people are gone and you're looking to do person-to-person interviews in a case where people might just, they might just have peripheral knowledge that they don't think is important, but would be important to the cops, you can't elicit that from them in an eye-to-eye conversation. Skype's great, telephones are great, but nothing, and I mean nothing, ever compares to one-on-one conversations with witnesses and potential perpetrators.
Right. Let's talk about the forensics of this case. You spoke to my colleague Ashley Banfield about how common it is for a killer to leave behind hair strands or other DNA on the victim's hands. Walk us through how critical that is for investigators right now. We know, and this is a hard detail to share, but that they bagged the 4 victims' hands to preserve that DNA.
Well, I want everybody in the audience just to think about their reaction to anything that is coming at them in a physical sense. If you see something that's flying at you, or you're in a car accident, or maybe somebody's been in a fight at some point in time, you throw your hands up. It's a natural defense response that we have. That's the case here. And this is the first point of contact many times when you have this aggressor that is, coming in on somebody, particularly in a very intimate setting with an edged weapon. So this is going to be your first initial point of contact. And then you have the dynamic of someone attempting to fend off an attacker. So you have multiple points of contact. If there's blood involved, you can have like hair, fibers, all of that stuff is going to transfer even to the palmar surfaces of the hands. Not to mention if somebody is scraping, scratching, that sort of thing, that'll get caught beneath the fingernails. So the hands are so very essential in everything that we do in postmortem examinations and trying to determine what's going on at an elemental level regarding what's left behind. Every contact leaves a trace. Edmond Locard said that over 100 years ago, and it still stands true today.
Right. And you brought up the murder weapon described by authorities as a fixed blade knife can dull over time. How key will that be for investigators to try to piece this puzzle?
Very key, Marni. And here's something else that's kind of hard to fathom. People don't think about it that are outside of my field. But if you have an edged weapon, many times, depending upon the quality of the blade will chip and the tip will break. K-bar has been notorious for that over the years. You begin to think about that. And so what would have happened at autopsy is that full body x-rays would have been done at autopsy. And you're looking for any radiopaque sign in the autopsy. And hopefully if they saw something, some kind of metallic fragment, they recovered that at autopsy. And again, from a metallurgical standpoint, if you do recover the weapon, you can match that up at a molecular level. That fragment that you find, not too desperately different than ballistics, for instance, with firearms. You've still got this metallic body that you're trying to associate with something else that's out there that might have a unique signature to it.
So hard for these families to wait for answers and for the community in fear. As always, Joseph Scott Morgan, thank you for being with us.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.